Hello, today you will learn about
Bonjour. Today, we are going to see the verbs that uses être as an auxiliary in the passé composé. There are two categories of verbs using être in the past tense in French. And these are reflexive verbs and movement verbs, of which there are 16 to learn. Good way to remember them is to use the acronym Dr. Mrs. Vandertramp. It's an acronym which allows you to remember each movement verbs. Let's look into it.
Devenir, devenu.
To become.
Revenir, revenu.
To come back.
Monter, monter.
To go up.
Rentrer, rentrer.
To return or come back.
Sortir, sorti.
To exit or to go out.
Venir, venu.
To come.
Arriver, arriver.
To arrive.
Naître, né.
To be born.
Descendre, descendu.
To go down.
Entrer, entrer.
To enter.
Retourner, retourner.
To return.
Tomber, tomber.
To fall.
Rester, rester.
To stay.
Aller, aller.
To go.
Mourir, mort.
To die.
Partir, parti.
To leave. Not only these verbs use être in the past tense, but their past participle usually agrees with the gender and number also. Such as she left.
Elle est partie.
As you can see, there is a e at the end of the past participle, because elle is used as a subject and it is feminine singular. The reflexive verbs use être as well. A reflexive verb is a verb whose direct object is the same as subject. For example, I washed myself.
Je me suis lavé.
You can see here, we are using two things, that tells me it's reflexive. The
Me end. Je me.
and the auxiliary verb être. Here we are using être as an auxiliary and not avoir. Because
Se laver.
is reflexive. But there are few exceptions, some verbs can be used with both avoir and être also. Use avoir when the verb is followed by a direct object complement. For example, the verb
Laver.
which means to wash. If we put this into the reflexive form,
Se laver.
which means to wash yourself, then it is used with être. That is,
Je me suis lavé.
however, you use the same verb with direct object, you use it with avoir. Have a look. I washed my car.
J'ai lavé ma voiture.
We are using the same verb here, that is not reflexive because
Ma voiture.
is a direct object to.
Laver.
So, therefore we use avoir as an auxiliary. The same goes here with movement verbs, example,
Sortir.
to go out. Example, I went out.
Je suis sorti.
Here there is no direct object because it is linked directly to me, as subject.
Je suis sorti.
If there is nothing following, use être. However, look at this example. I took the car out.
J'ai sorti la voiture.
Why I have used avoir as an auxiliary because
La voiture.
is directly linked to,
Sorti.
and it is no longer a movement verb linked to yourself. It is important to know that the rest of the verbs uses avoir as an auxiliary in the past. Unless, as I said, either they are reflexive verbs or movement verbs. They use être as an auxiliary. Now let's look at examples with the 16 verbs that uses être as an auxiliary.
Devenir.
To become. I became a doctor after years of study.
Je suis devenu médecin après des années d'études. Revenir.
To come back. She came back last night after her trip.
Elle est revenue hier soir après son voyage. Monter.
To go up. We went up to the top of the tower to see the view.
Nous sommes montés au sommet de la tour pour voir la vue. Rentrer.
To return or come back in. They came back after a long day of work.
Ils sont rentrés après une longue journée de travail. Sortir.
To exit or to go out. You went out to dine at a restaurant last night.
Vous êtes sortis pour dîner au restaurant hier soir. Venir.
To come. You came to the party with your friends.
Tu es venu à la fête avec tes amis. Arriver.
To arrive. I arrived at the airport 2 hours before the flight.
Je suis arrivé à l'aéroport 2 heures avant le vol. Naître.
To be born. He was born in April in a small town.
Il est né en avril. Dans une petite ville. Descendre.
To go down. She got off the bus at 8 o'clock.
Elle est descendue de l'autobus, à 8 heures. Entrer.
To enter. We entered the concert hall just in time.
Nous sommes entrés dans la salle de concert juste à temps. Retourner.
To return. You returned to school to get your bag.
Tu es retourné à l'école pour chercher ton sac. Tomber.
To fall. He fell down the stairs.
Il est tombé dans les escaliers. Rester.
To stay. They stayed at the hotel for 3 days.
Ils sont restés à l'hôtel pendant 3 jours. Aller.
To go. I went to the cinema last night.
Je suis allé au cinéma hier soir. Mourir.
To die. They died heroically during the war.
Ils sont morts héroïquement pendant la guerre. Partir.
To leave. We left early in the morning to avoid traffic.
Nous sommes partis tôt le matin pour éviter la circulation.
These were some examples, the 16 verbs, that uses être as an auxiliary. That's it for today's video. Hope this video was helpful.
Au revoir et à bientôt.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for next video.